Julian Nagelsmann fired as the Bayern Munich manager and Thomas Tuchel in on a 2.5-year deal. This is massive breaking news tonight that also impacts Tottenham. This impacts Tottenham. They have already told Antonio Conte they will not be renewing his contract, and they are looking at his compensation to remove him early. Spurs felt they were on the edge, on the brink of doing a deal to bring Thomas Tuchel in as his replacement, but he has opted. He has opted to go to the legends of football that is Bayern Munich. So what next for Tottenham on top of this as well? Huge news. The ex-Chelsea manager, almost the Spurs manager, now in at Bayern Munich. Wow. There's been pressure on Nagelsmann for a while now in Germany. We know that winning the league alone isn't enough because they have a monopoly. It is essentially a one-horse race. If your performances are of a standard, even though when you look at their fixtures, they have quite literally won the majority of their games all season. If you allow there to be a title race, not through another team matching your brilliance, but by you dropping a level, your job is always under pressure. And that is something that's been circling now around Nagelsmann for a long time. But the sacking tonight has shocked a lot of people in football. The speed of execution to bring Thomas Tuchel in is nothing short of emphatic. The standards that Bayern Munich have as a football club, we should all inspire for our clubs to have. Now, what I inspire for you to do is to scan that QR code on the screen right now and make sure you're listening to the Top 6 podcast on Spotify. It's released twice a week, exclusive over there. You can listen to it in your car. You can listen to it at home while you're doing some cleaning. You might be cleaning the car outside, traveling on a train, on an aeroplane, whatever it may be. But get that QR scanned and get following us now on Spotify. But Thomas Tuchel, what a turn of events for him. This man, and I'm just reading this now, was sent through to me a little bit earlier, was on the brink of reportedly joining Tottenham. Now, this is the media report that's come out tonight, that he was looking at the offer, he was considering it. There wasn't very much in the offing for him out there. And Spurs is a good-sized football club. Going to pay him well. Spurs fans right now will probably say they don't want another Chelsea reject. But again, Tuchel, barring the great Sir Nicholson, is the most successful manager outside of that, and Jose Mourinho to maybe join their club. This is a league-winning and Champions League-winning manager. So, this guy's won a trophy that their club has never touched. But that's fallen through now. He has gone to Bayern Munich. What does this mean for Munich in their season? Look, I still think they'll win the league. I actually think Thomas Tuchel is a very underrated manager. This is another chance for him to demonstrate his quality. He had that chance at PSG. It didn't work, but it doesn't work for most people at PSG. He went to Chelsea, and a lot of people think he was sacked prematurely. But I know there's a lot of football fans that think he's a little overrated, that think he's a little bit of a one-trick pony, and once you work out his system, he's easy to play against. Can he manage the big egos as well? Well, I think he'll go into Bayern Munich. Listen, this guy could pull off another Champions League masterclass. It's only a couple of weeks until they play Manchester City in that first leg. And the first leg, I'm just checking, yes, it is at the Etihad. Would you put it past him to put on such a stern Tuchel masterclass, but away with a squad and a team superior to that, to what he had at Chelsea? And I would argue, maybe not in every position, but in terms of team and ethos and togetherness, professionalism, a better team than he had at Paris Saint-Germain as well. Manchester City, they already had maybe the toughest tie in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It has just got a whole lot worse for them. Will he go on to win the league there? Potentially. But remember, Bayern Munich are an interesting team, a lot like Paris Saint-Germain. They're not judged like a Premier League team, where there's 2 or 3 teams that can often win the league, sometimes more than that. It's a highly competitive league from top to bottom. How do we know this? A lot of people that join the Premier League from Germany state it's a lot harder from top to bottom than when I played there. And that's come directly from the mouths of Germans like Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, Michael Ballack, and many others. So we'll take that as read as of right now. They'll win the league. But can he turn Bayern Munich into a dominant force? What you're judged on at PSG, Bayern Munich, these clubs that basically are in one horse races, you have to win your league at a canter. You have to dominate the domestic trophies, and you have to be a powerhouse in Europe. If you're not committing those three, the sort of the holy triangle, as it were, you're gone. Can Thomas Tuchel step up to that? I think he can. He's on a 2.5-year deal between now and the end of the season, and then he has 2 years. It isn't a huge or a long commitment. Some will say maybe they don't have faith in him, but it's enough opportunity for him to prove that he is the man. I think he'll win the Bundesliga. I absolutely do. I think he's that good a manager. And listen, I'm going to put a little bet on this now. I think he's going to knock Man City out of the Champions League as well. In relation to Tottenham, and this does impact Tottenham, you were in talks with him. A lot of people have been asking, why is Conte still here if he's been sacked? Spurs are not going to get rid of him if there's an opportunity at bringing in a better manager than Ryan Mason for the rest of the season. If they could have got Thomas Tuchel now, that might secure them top 4, which is an extra 50, 60 million pound in their back pocket. And that is what the owners of Tottenham care about. If they get rid of Antonio Conte, Ryan Mason as the manager, they're probably not going to make the top 4. They may not make it keeping Antonio Conte, but may feel they've got a better chance with him than Ryan Mason. But if, of course, they can pick up a top quality manager, maybe they themselves now go for Julian Nagelsmann as an opportunity. Maybe they do something along those lines, but they've missed out on Thomas Tuchel, and that is going to be a painful and bitter pill tonight for Spurs fans to swallow. It really, really is going to be. And I want to ask Chelsea fans how they feel about this. Their club, their new owners, got rid of Thomas Tuchel because he wasn't good enough or wasn't right. He is now managing, in my opinion, one of the biggest 5 clubs in world football. One of the biggest world clubs in world football, along with the Real Madrid, the Man Uniteds of this world. Bayern Munich are in that top 5 teams. He is now managing a prestigious club, a historic club. One of the clubs at the pinnacle of the game. How do you feel about that with how you feel about Graham Potter? Is it, maybe if he walked in at Tottenham, you think, well, it's only Tottenham he's gone to. The fact that he's gone to one of the biggest clubs in the world, how does that feel? Look, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings in the comment sections right now, my people. Hit the like and the subscribe button before you go anywhere else, though. And make sure the bell notifications are turned on as well so you know when we go live. Until next time, my friends, take care. Goodbye. God bless. I'll see you soon.